Happy May, everybody. Brian Porter here, Keller Williams Real Estate and the Brian D. Porter team. I'm excited to be here with you today with your May report for Santa Clara County, and I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to answer a question that I get asked constantly, daily even, and that is this. When is this bubble going to burst? Now, I feel like a lot of people out there right now are expecting, because values increased so quickly over the past couple of years, that we're going to have a steep, crazy drop in the market like we had in 2008. Now, we don't expect that to be the case. Real estate is cyclical, so it's not uncommon for over a 4 or 5 year period to have 20% or more increases in value, especially in the Bay Area, and then have maybe a 5% decrease. We call that a correction for 4 or 5 years before it moves back up like a staircase. Now, if you're worried about a bubble in a really unstable market, you have to ask yourself, what is the bubble made of? Now, I like to think of real estate as more of a balloon. So I've asked my friend here to help demonstrate using a balloon what I'm talking about. So in your typical 4 or 5 year real estate cycle, you're going to have economic stability, you're going to have job growth, you're going to have affordability, make it such that there's going to be a demand for real estate. And so as that supply starts to decrease, as those homes are being bought up and the prices get pushed up and up and up, eventually we're in what we would call a very hot seller's market. And that'll push it to the point to where it really can't expand anymore. Buyers are just not willing to pay the prices anymore. They get a lot more negotiation power. And like what you did when you were a kid, you just got to let a little bit of pressure out of that balloon. And that is the normal real estate cycle. 4 or 5 years pick up, 4 or 5 years it might correct itself, and then it starts to pick back up again. But as you can see, the balloon is still much bigger than it used to be. Now, in 2008, what we saw was the result of an extremely fragile balloon. Greed ran rampant. The lending standards completely deteriorated. Anybody with a pulse essentially was given a loan for millions of dollars with almost no verification. This is like a balloon, really more of a bubble, that is being blown up by a compressor of people being promised that it doesn't matter that you'll never be able to pay back this loan because prices will never drop. They will go up and up and up and up until I know values have been increasing extremely quickly, and it's most pronounced, obviously, 2015 to now, really started in 2012, but don't worry about waiting for that other shoe to drop, because there's very big differences between what we're seeing now versus what we were seeing in 2006 as it got crazy, and then into 2008 when it exploded. The big difference is the people that are buying homes can afford them. Much different than 19-year-olds getting loans for $1.5 million and the bank's telling them, no, it's okay because it's going to be worth $2 million in 6 months and you can sell it and get all your money out of it. That's not what's happening now. In fact, if anything, the lending restrictions could probably loosen up a little bit. So that's the big difference. These loans are legitimate, and that big increase in value that we've seen over the past couple of years especially, most of that is just what we were supposed to have gotten back if we hadn't had that big drop. So if you actually put a line on the graph, you would see that there was a big drop, and now we're kind of back to where we were supposed to be. So we're probably going to see things smooth out a little bit at this point. So if you're thinking about selling a house, it's a good time. It's going to sell very quickly in this market. If you're thinking about buying a house, we may see a slight dip in values, but it's probably not going to be able to compete with interest rates climbing back up. Remember what I always say, every time interest rates go up 1%, your buying power decreases 10%. All right, so if you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me at any time. Until next time, take care. Have a great day. Bye.